Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive into the future of work. We're going to be talking about AI and XR and how they're not just, changing the jobs we have, but like creating entirely new ways to work. I feel like AI and XR are everywhere these days. Like every article is shouting about them. But what does it actually mean for, our careers? That's what we're going to unpack today.
Yeah, it's really easy to get lost in all the hype. But the thing is, these technologies are already impacting things. And we're not just talking about, like automating tasks, but really fundamentally changing how we find work and develop our skills and even what a job means.
Okay, so let's start with the job hunt. I mean, who hasn't spent hours scrolling through those job boards?
Yeah.
Like sending resumes into a black hole. But your sources suggest that AI is changing that whole game.
Totally. It's like imagine you had a career advisor that knew every single job opening in the world and understood your skills like better than you do. That's kind of what AI is doing. These AI-powered platforms are using, really complex algorithms, things like natural language processing, to analyze resumes and your experience, even your online presence, to match you with jobs that are like actually a good fit.
So it's not just about keywords anymore. It's like AI is actually understanding what you're good at and what you're looking for.
Exactly. Some platforms even use predictive analytics to recommend career paths you might not have even thought about, opening up new possibilities you might never have found on your own. And when it comes to applying, AI can help you write the perfect resume and cover letter tailored to, the specific job.
Okay, so AI is like having a superpowered headhunter and a resume writer all in one. Pretty cool. But you also mentioned that XR is shaking things up. And I'm not just talking about, those funny VR headsets.
Right. This is where things get really interesting. Like imagine attending a virtual job fair from your couch. You can walk through a company's virtual office, interact with recruiters like you're face-to-face, and even experience what it would be like to actually work in different roles, all through these immersive XR simulations.
Wait, hold on. So I can skip the awkward small talk and actually get a feel for a company before I even apply?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
XR gives you a way deeper, more engaging experience than a website or a traditional job fair. It's like a behind-the-scenes look at the company and the job, which helps you make a better decision about whether it's the right fit.
This is amazing for finding a job. But I'm curious about creating jobs. Is AI going to steal everyone's job? Or are there new opportunities?
That's the big question everyone's asking. And honestly, it's complicated. Yes, AI can automate certain tasks, but it also opens up opportunities for new jobs and even entirely new industries we can't even imagine yet. Think about it. Someone has to design and build and maintain and manage these AI systems. That's a whole new workforce right there.
So it's not just about replacing jobs. It's about shifting to roles that need uniquely human skills, like creativity and problem solving and critical thinking.
Exactly. And your sources highlight a cool trend. AI is actually empowering people to become entrepreneurs.
Wait, really? Like start their own businesses?
Yeah.
How does AI help with that?
Imagine having a tool that can analyze market trends and find gaps in the market, and even help you test your business ideas. AI can process huge amounts of data to help you make smarter decisions about what products to make or what services to offer, and even who your target should be.
So instead of going with your gut, you can use AI to see what's actually happening.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
But what about XR? How does XR fit in with being an entrepreneur?
XR lets entrepreneurs create these really immersive prototypes and demos. Like you can give potential investors a virtual tour of your product before it's even built.
That's way cooler than a PowerPoint.
Totally. It's about creating an experience. And for startups especially, being able to test ideas quickly is key. And XR makes prototyping and development so much faster.
This is blowing my mind. We've gone from AI helping us find jobs to helping us create them. But there's one concept that really intrigues me. Digital twins. Sounds like science fiction.
It does, doesn't it? But this is one of those areas where science fiction is becoming reality. A digital twin is basically a virtual version of you, powered by AI, that can work on your behalf.
Okay, break this down for me. What does that actually mean? What can a digital twin do?
Imagine this. Your digital twin is attending meetings, responding to emails, managing projects, even talking with clients, all while you're focused on other things. Your sources suggest these digital twins can learn your preferences and your style, even your communication patterns, so they can represent you in the virtual world.
Hold on. So my digital twin could be closing a deal in London while I'm brainstorming in New York.
Yeah, it's incredible. Your sources suggest this tech can totally change how productive and efficient we are, giving people more time to focus on, the strategic and creative stuff. And it could open up so many opportunities for remote work.
This is all so exciting. But it also makes me wonder, what skills do we need to have in this future? With AI and XR everywhere, should we all learn to code?
That's a great question. And we'll dig into that in the next part of our deep dive. But for now, I'll leave you with this thought. As AI and XR keep changing, what new opportunities can you imagine? And what skills will be the most valuable?
Yeah, that's a great question. We'll be back in a moment to explore the benefits of using AI and XR for your career and how these technologies will change the future of work. Don't go anywhere.
So before we moved on, we were just talking about how AI and XR are creating these crazy opportunities like digital twins that can work for you. But let's get back to, like down to earth for a minute. How can you benefit from all this?
Right, because it's super cool, but I also want to know how it can help me, like reach my goals and advance my career.
That's where this idea of personalized career development comes in. Your sources talk about a future where AI and XR are like your personal career coaches.
The career coach in my pocket. I'm listening.
Okay, so imagine this. AI analyzes your skills and your experience and your goals. And then it recommends things just for you, like learning paths or courses or even mentors to help you get the skills you need and, reach your full potential.
So it's not just about finding the right job. It's about always learning new things and keeping up in the job market.
Exactly. And XR takes it even further. It can create these immersive learning environments where you can practice new skills in a safe and realistic way.
Okay, I'm a visual learner, so give me an example.
Sure. One of your sources talks about this program. It uses VR to help people get better at public speaking. You can practice giving presentations to a virtual audience, and you get feedback on how you're doing. And you can even try out different situations, like dealing with tough questions.
That's so smart. Public speaking makes me so nervous. But practicing in VR where it doesn't matter as much could really help.
Exactly. And it's not just for soft skills like that. XR can be used to train surgeons and pilots and engineers. Any job where hands-on experience is really important.
It's like a flight simulator, but for any job you can imagine. I'm seeing how AI and XR can make learning more fun and more effective and more accessible to people.
That's a really important point. This technology can really change how we learn and develop, making it easier for people from all kinds of backgrounds to get the skills they need.
It's like leveling the playing field.
Yes, exactly.
So we've talked about finding jobs and creating jobs and learning new skills, but what about the bigger picture? How will AI and XR change work as a whole?
Well, your sources say that we're at the beginning of a huge transformation, where the typical 9-to-5 office job is just one choice among many. Remote work and flexible schedules and the gig economy are already changing how we think about work. And AI and XR are going to speed that up.
So we're moving towards a more flexible way of working, where people can design their own careers and work on things they're passionate about.
Exactly. Your sources imagine a future where people might have several different jobs, working on all sorts of projects, both online and offline, using their skills in new and creative ways.
I like that future.
It's a future where work is less about a place you go to, and more about what you do and how you contribute.
That sounds great. But also a little scary. How do we get ready for this future? What can we do today to make sure we don't get left behind?
That's the million-dollar question, and we'll get into that in the last part of our deep dive.
Okay, I can't wait. We'll be back in a minute to talk about what you can do to succeed in this exciting new world of work. Stay with us. All right, we're back for the final part of our deep dive. And we've talked about a lot, from AI finding us jobs to digital twins working for us. It's pretty clear that the future of work is going to be totally different. But I think the big question is, what can we do to make sure we succeed in this new world?
Yeah, you're right. All this tech is amazing. But in the end, it's about how you use it. And one of the most important things, and your sources talk about this a lot, is to be open to always learning new things.
So, no more set it and forget it with our careers,
Yeah.
right? We got to keep learning and updating our skills.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we even know what to focus on? There's so much out there.
One of your sources said it perfectly. The future belongs to those who can learn, unlearn, and relearn. It's not enough to just rely on what we learned in school. We have to be looking ahead, seeing what's coming, and learning those skills that will be in demand.
So being able to adapt is key. But that's hard. Where do we even start?
Well, you're already doing it by being here and listening to this. But seriously, think about the skills that are really human, the ones that are hard for AI to copy. Your sources mention critical thinking and creativity and emotional intelligence and solving complex problems.
Right. Those are things that machines aren't good at yet.
Exactly.
Okay. But I'm also thinking about the practical side. Are there certain jobs or industries that are going to be really hot in the future?
Obviously, anything to do with AI and XR is going to keep growing like crazy. But also think about how AI and XR will change industries we already have, like in healthcare. Doctors who can use AI for diagnoses and XR for training will be super valuable. Same thing for teachers who can use these technologies in their classrooms.
So it's not just about new industries. AI and XR are changing the rules of the game everywhere.
Exactly.
It's exciting, but also a little scary.
To try to understand the basics of how these technologies work and how they can be used.
Like, I don't need to be a mechanic to drive a car.
Yeah.
But I should at least know how to change a tire. Okay, but what about those soft skills we talked about? Are those still important?
More than ever. One of your sources talks about the human skills gap. Companies need people who can communicate and collaborate and work well with others. And those are the skills that will make you stand out.
So it's about finding that sweet spot, improving our tech skills, but also being good humans,
Yeah.
being curious and willing to learn and adapt.
Exactly. And one last thought from your sources. Don't be afraid to try new things and take risks. This new world of work is all about exploring new possibilities and creating your own path.
So we get to be the architects of our own futures.
That's right.
I like that. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want everyone listening to feel hopeful and empowered. The future might seem uncertain, but it's also full of amazing opportunities for people who are ready to embrace change and learn new things and dream big.
Absolutely. You have the power to shape your own future. Be curious and never stop learning.
And on that note, we'll leave you to explore this incredible world of AI and XR. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time for another adventure in the world of knowledge and ideas.